Alright, so you're welcome to this video. So today's video, we're coming to talk about search, and then we'll be talking about the two main types or categories of search. Now, in the first place, before we talk about search, what is search in the first place? What is search strategies? What is search? Now, we know that AI systems exist to solve problems. AI systems, they actually exist to solve problems. So search refers to the place of finding a sequence of actions or a path, or let's say a road that leads from an initial state onto a goal state. So now, what does it mean? For AI system to effectively solve problems of mankind and the world, the systems need to explore the environment. So in an attempt to explore this environment, it gave birth to search strategies. So AI systems use these search strategies or techniques to explore different possibilities in order to solve problems. But before they do this to solve these problems, they start from an initial state and then they have the goal state. So that part of the initial state to the goal state is the search strategy. Let's take for instance when an athlete is running, before they begin their running journey or before they begin the race, before the referee blow the whistle for them to start, that is the initial state. And then once they complete, that becomes the goal states. All right. So I also have a simple analogy here that if you want to move from point A to point B on a map, you may check different routes. So the process of exploring this route to find the best one is search. So the process of the athlete having the initial state and then the goal state, the starting point and then the end point, the process of running, that is the search. I hope you are getting this. All right. So let's talk about the key component in a search. So like I said, the initial state or the starting point. Yeah, so that is the starting point of the problem that we are trying to solve. Then the goal state, the goal, let's say you are starting your journey from country A to country B or from city A to city B. So city A will be your initial state. Then your goal state will be where you are going, your end or your final state as explained here. That will be the city B or the country B. Then you have the state space. So what's the meaning of this state space? So the state space is the all possible states that can be reached from the initial state. You know, there are so many paths of of traveling. There are so many ways of solving a problem, so many ways of killing the cat. Then we also have the operators or the actions. So this move the system from one point to another. So for instance, we can see that when you see addition, it means move. But when you see subtraction, it means come back. Then the part or the solution is the sequence. Is the sequence, is how the search goes, the road to the search. Yeah. And the path, the curves, the bends, and then that path, when you trace it, that becomes the path. All right. So now, like I said, the two types of search in AI. So we have the informed search and then the uninformed search. I'd like us to treat the uninformed search first. All right. So with the uninformed search, the system or the search simply have the initial state and then they knows the goal state that they want to achieve. And then once they know that, they simply work towards it without any additional knowledge of how many steps it will take it to reach there. That's how it is uninformed. It doesn't have any knowledge of the steps that is going to take it to reach there. So they simply have the initial state and then they knows the goal state they want to achieve and then they work towards it. They start working towards it without prior knowledge of how many steps or how much it's going to take them to reach there. All right, so let's talk about the examples of the uninformed search. There will be another video explaining all these examples. We have the depth first search, we have the breadth first search, and then we also have the depth limited search. Then we have the uniform cost search, we have the iterative deepening search, and then the bi-directional search. So like I said, stay up. There will be videos explaining all these things in details and how to do the tracing and all these things. Now, there's also another search which is called the informed search or the heuristic search. So this search uses an additional knowledge to find the goal faster. So they find the goal faster. They have an additional knowledge that, oh, if I take this path, this is what's going to happen. And then if I take this part, this is also what's going to happen. So it simply knows where it is going and then it works towards it. So one of the first examples is the greedy first search, the greedy best first search. All right. And then the A star search. So this brings us to an end. I hope you understand. Then we have talked about search, and then we understand that search is how AI systems explore the environment or their state space to solve problems. And then we have the informed search and then the uninformed search. And then we talk about the uninformed search as a search, the uninformed search as a search in which the AI system they know the initial state and then the goal state, and then they just set out to go about it without any prior knowledge of how many steps and then it will take. Then we've talked about the examples here: the depth first search, the breadth first search, the depth limited search, uniform cost search, iterative deepening search, the bi-direction, and then the informed search is that it uses additional knowledge to find the goal faster. And then one of the best examples, the greedy best first search. All right, so thank you for this video. See you in another video.